It's 660 kilometers to Lancaster. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's bright, and we're wearing sunglasses.
Hit it.
AJ and I have made it to the Lancaster store because that's the first place that we're stopping by right after we check in. I am having the greatest deal looking for an arrow puller for a friend, and I can't seem to find it, so I might have to ask for help, but it's good to be back here. There's a ton of stuff here. It's very dangerous for my wallet.
These ones up here on the wall.
No, I don't think so. I think they were like over there. Yeah. That's kind of cool, I guess. Oh, I found this electronic whistle that Josh wants that he's not gonna get because I don't believe in this. What is this? Serving for ants? Going to have dinner at Cracker Barrel? It's gonna be fun times. Hey Andrew, you like apples? How do you like them apples? Here we are at the archery hall. I love the smell of archery in the morning. That's where the lanes are going to be set up for us to shoot tomorrow. You don't have to strip for this. This is not that kind of video.
Oh, but it could be. You don't want it to be?
Do you want to be famous? Okay. Okay, so Andrew's going through the swag bag here.
Lancaster hat, as usual.
Fun times, fun times.
Very nice, a little classic more look on that one.
Great.
Keyring. Calendar. Oh. Shows all kinds of tournaments on there too. I think this is the catalog. Yeah.
Yep, another sponsored catalog. More stickers.
Oh yeah, stickers. Pocket guide.
Pocket guide, because in case you don't have Wi-Fi.
Formatted rules, schedule.
Very great if this is your first tournament. Then nice, guys. Cool.
Lanyard.
Ooh, yeah.
One lanyard. A little like Livestrong style bracelet.
Oh, yes.
And chapstick, looks like.
Because it is dry. Thank you, Pennsylvania.
Or is it, yeah,
it could be string wax.
that's what I was thinking. But no, I think it's chapstick.
Cool. You know what? We got almost everything. Can you just hold up this t-shirt here, Andrew?
Oh, yes.
Make it look nice? It already is nice, but you know. Woo, 2018 Lancaster Classic. Turn it around. There we go. So I'm joined by Alex here from Carbon Express, who's going to be telling us the difference and maybe some comparison about some of the recurve indoor arrows, because I know in this season where X's counts, especially for today and tomorrow and Sunday. I'm joined by Brandon Sheriff, who's from Canada, who's actually my neighbor, but yeah, fun times. So just got a question about when you're in that shooting line and when you're just stuck in your own head and you're just kind of thinking about yourself and you're freaking out and you're probably your biggest problem at that point. What would you tell an archer to just kind of get out of that space?
It gets really easy to switch your focus to something that's outcome related.
Yep.
And
we're getting photobombed. That's cool.
Sweet.
That's normal.
So when your head comes down to that space, you kind of have to consciously be aware of what's going on and have the will and the strength to change the channel, as we would say, and kind of focus on something that's a bit more process oriented. So we all kind of have a mental process when we're shooting, something that's not focused on the score, but just more focused on how we're going to get a good shot. And then the outcome will be the outcome regardless. So when you're in that kind of state where you're kind of thinking too much about the score, you're kind of getting into your own head, it's about mentally taking a step back and putting yourself into a state of mind that is more focused towards getting that good shot. And then you kind of just repeat that process over and over. It takes a lot of mental energy, but the results are going to be a lot more fruitful and it's going to be a lot more long-term.
Would you say having something like a trigger word or a phrase to kind of get into that state might help?
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of people, they do have a trigger word or a series of words or a whole sentence, just something that kind of reminds them what their process is and just brings that level down to the process focus and gets them back into their game.
Okay. What's your key phrase, if you don't mind me asking?
So mine is actually flow. So it has a physical meaning and a psychological meaning. So the physical meaning, it just focuses on the flow of the shot, keep the timing good, all that kind of stuff. The psychological meaning is more about the state of mind where you're in a moment, in the present, and you're enjoying what you're doing, and it's virtually a state of mind where nothing can go wrong, and that's the kind of state of mind that I like to use when I'm competing on my best.
That's a very good word. I might actually steal that one day.
Nice.
Cool. Thank you, Brendan.
My pleasure.
Where Easton 23s kind of has, it was kind of like the only known one for a while, but I know Carbon Express came out with some new toys. So Alex, if you want to just share some info on that.
Absolutely, yeah, we're always working on new toys at Carbon Express. An arrow that's done really well for us over the years, especially recurve, is the X-Buster. This arrow is offered in a 350, 400, 500, 600, and 700 spine. So all the way down to your light poundage recurves, and then all the way up to your guys shooting 50-pound limbs. This is a great arrow for that. So the 500, 400, and 350 spine are in max 23, and then the 600 to 700 are a 2164. So just a little bit smaller, but it's that proper spine. What this also offers the archer is a heavy build. So indoors, it allows that arrow to slow down and recover and react the way it needs to coming out of the bow, as well as in that short 20-yard distance. So that would be our first offering. Our next offering for indoors would be this Maxima Pro Recurve RZ. It's going to be a little bit smaller outside diameter than the X-Buster, but what you gain here from the recurve side of it is this is actually a tri-spine build. So this middle section here, it's very easy to see on this arrow, the 3 different carbons used in it. This middle section is actually a stiffer section of carbon, and it allows that back end of the arrow to flex out around the riser as it leaves, rather than a single spine flexing in and hitting your rest and hitting your plunger.
Right.
So we all know better clearance leads to better accuracy.
Correct.
So that would be the idea behind this one, and this is roughly 1964. So like I said, a little bit smaller, but still more, larger than a
but it's
X10
forgiving
or a
and
Nanos.
yeah.
So gives that archer the same
Very nice.
great accuracy, but in just a little bit larger platform. So those will be our offerings at Carbon Express. You can check us out at carbonexpressarrows.com.
Cool. Thank you very much, Alex.
You bet.
Yeah, so for me, any competition that I go into, there's added pressure just because it's a competition. So it's mainly about your mental process at that point. It's making sure that you're thinking about what you're doing while you're doing it. Same as what you would do in practice is when you're practicing, you're not thinking about hitting the 10 every single time, you're working on yourself. And that's what I focus on while I'm at competitions, is I make sure that I'm making really good shots and just staying positive.
Just worrying about that one arrow at the time.
Yeah, for sure.
Just worry about the arrow that's not the last one that you shot.
I think for me, if I try to hit the middle every single time, it's harder. When I'm focused on myself and having a good time and really just in a positive mindset and working my mental process, that's when I'm shooting the most 10s.
Sounds good. We got AJ trying to set up right there for his matches this morning. And we'll just get a little sneak peek of what's all in here and all that fun stuff. So we got vanes, hot melt, tools, extra sight parts, all that fun stuff. We got extra sights in here. You can buy some big stuff. You can buy big cases. And yeah, really fun place to almost spend all your money at very easily. So Aaron and I are going to foolishly try climbing this thing. Oh yeah, loser buys lunch. Dinner. Loser buys dinner.
New Year's resolutions are tough to keep when you're tired.
Are we just qualified if we start touching the other case ones, or
and start crushing your 2018 goals? For a limited time, get a free Fitbit with
Like typically you would.
$99 or more, so you can track your sleep, track your steps,
So we need to
and
stay
start
with our own
2018
color.
on the right track. So sleep in, then head to
climbing is very
Lancaster's New
racist.
Year's
Make
Eve
another.
sale, where you can also save up to 70%
You can do
on
it.
closeout models, accessories,
Yeah.
and more. New year, new you, new bed.
You can do it. You can do it. Leap. You got it. Both hands on the double thing and then you can do it. You can do it. Both hands. Both hands. You got it. Oh. You got it. Hold away.
You've fallen.
Yeah.
You've fallen.
Failed already.
Oh my god, this is the easy one?
Yeah, that's exactly what I came into. Now what?
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna get in there. Under gravity, man. Get off the ground.
Stick your knees out. Don't go like this. Go like this.
Even gecko. The problem is
It's like you're crawling.
you gotta get on the wall first and then start climbing.
Okay, get on the wall. Get on the wall.
You're trying to jump on the wall.
There's so many backseat drivers to this.
Now imagine this is how it would be at the range.
This is like the first day of archery from where like 4 people who think they know what they're doing just tell me to all 4 different things. I did not see that.
Stand up. Yep.
Okay, dinner's on.
Oh my god.
You can do it, you can do it.
Left leg, left leg.
The ground will be here to catch her.
Yeah, just lean back, sit back, yeah.
Oh jeez.
Oh. That's exciting.
She did it.
She did it. Danny, she made you look like a fool. You were in that same spot and you just need to like drive yourself up a little.
Dinner's on me.
Danny, go again, man, go again.
Okay, so I'm joined by Mike here from Team Hoyt, and he's going to talk us through a little bit about the new Hoyt recurve riser that's coming out called the Alero.
Yeah, super excited about the new Alero. We just introduced it this year for 2018. It's a full machine aluminum riser, and it's got all the high-end features that you would find on a high-end riser. But at a price point that is very affordable. So we're really excited about this price point on this specific riser. It's got the micro adjustment system here in the pocket area. It's got stainless steel dowels or limb bolts. It's got the high performance grip that we designed recently. So you get the same grip that you get on our high-end bows. And just a really super solid platform. Again, when you're looking for a riser, a great riser at a great price, the Alero definitely fits the bill for that. It comes in 4 different colors. You got the platinum color. It has red, blue, and black as well. So 25-inch version only. And so yeah, so they're just shipping now. So get down to your local dealer and check it out. And I know that it'll be a great option for those archers looking to, whether you're just getting into archery or maybe on a budget. This is a great option for those archers looking for a great riser.
Cool. Thank you.
Oh, sorry there. Start here.
It dropped it. Yeah, it dropped a bit. I think everyone's here.
I think we're going. How many spins are we doing?
This is 4.
Okay.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Stephanie. Happy birthday to you.
Her wish.
You have to make a wish.
Yeah.
We should have done that like yesterday.
Yes, exactly.
Well,
Qualifications. Oh my goodness.
yeah.
Oh, you got one.
I'm joined by Trevor Gibson, who's been shooting for how many years in total, Trevor?
I started shooting in 2010, so coming on 8 years.
Coming on 8 years, and he says it's recreational, but I would say his skill level's way above that. So Trevor, we were talking a little bit earlier, and I just want to expand on that whole conversation on the mentality of I want to shoot versus I have to shoot.
It's a really hard question because when you move towards I have to shoot, you're taking the fun of archery out of it. You're taking the desire of being there, and you're making it work. And that's a really tough spot to get over. I think that the desire to shoot needs to be extremely strong, especially if you do want to be competitive and stay there for a long time. You need to keep it fun, and you need to be easy on yourself mentally. I know when I was shooting yesterday, one of the thoughts that went through my head was, you know, I could kind of flub this and go home, or I could try to finish up strong and you know, maybe make it into the next round. And I realized that the decision was mine, and I decided to keep shooting. So I think that's it.
I think that's a very good answer. Thank you, Trevor.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. We're on our way to watch the finals for the recurve division at the Lancaster Classic. I am so sore from all the rock climbing and God knows how many hours of shooting we did yesterday. We were so preoccupied with whether we could that we didn't stop to think about whether we should. I can't wait to just break into a dance in the parking lot when we get there.
I think it's illegal to publicly dance in the state of Pennsylvania.
Oh wait, jump back.
10. Okay, our next archer up needs no introduction, Crispin Duenas from 11. Nine.
So I'm joined by Stephanie Barrett here, who's also from Canada. We're also friends back home. Are we friends? Can we say that?
I think we can say we're
I
friends.
think we're classified as friends. We're not Facebook friends. I'm sorry. We're not there yet. We're not ready. Thank you. So Stephanie's made top 8 this year on her first Lancaster Classic. Woo! Congrats on that one. I just wanted to ask you if you got some tips or some words that you would like to say to anyone who's planning to maybe enter Lancaster Classic next year, or trying to just think about being on that fence of should I enter or should I not enter a tournament of this scale. What would you say to them?
Definitely do it. If you're considering it, do it. It's definitely worth the time, and if you're nearby or within a few hours travel, like it's 8 hours for me, it's definitely worth a trip. Carpool, there's tons of people coming from all over the place. You get to meet fantastic people, you get to experience a huge, well-run tournament. There's all skill levels here, Olympians, multi-time Olympians, all the way from beginners, kids, adults. It's amazing. It's such a great experience.
So, sounds good. Okay, we got Norman still dancing in the background, and he's still going. This is amazing. This is amazing. He should just be on my credit roll, just him dancing.
He does a good dance.
A couple things I learned on this trip. I've learned that there are different ways to choke in your performance. Last year I choked because I cared too much, and that was just my drawback for that. This year I got out of that jittering state after like the second end, which is great because I didn't think I could even do that, and it happened, and I was actually really excited about it. And in the second half, I guess I just kind of drifted mental-wise a little bit too much, to the point where I wasn't thinking about the shot cycle at all or even shooting at all. And I think there is actually a thing that's just too little and just being a little bit more careless than you should be. And I think that's what it got, and that's where it got me in. Definitely going to try to work on that. It's always a learning experience. Score-wise, I did score better than I did last year, so thank goodness. Always going to try to up that, but it's always about shooting well and not scoring well. Even in a competition like this where X is an 11, right? And just learning and just kind of just hanging around as a social gathering with a lot of people. So that was good, actually. I hung around with a lot of people that I don't normally do at the range, and I thought that was pretty cool. Andrew, did you want to add anything to that? Did I miss anything? I think.
Yeah, just highly recommend anyone who wants to try a bigger competition that we have usually back at home, or even just to come out and not compete and just watch and meet a whole bunch of big pros from both compound and recurve. It really is a great time. It's a really cool event, and it really is like nothing else we have around in Canada.
It was really great. 1,500 archers.
1,500 archers, plus event staff, plus spectators. It's crazy.
Yep. Even if you don't shoot, you'll learn so much. Please come on down. We hope to see you in person next year. Thank you for sticking around this vlog. If you're still watching, I don't know why. Thank you for sticking around on this journey with me. And hopefully next year we'll see you on the Lancaster shooting line next to each other. Or just come say hi. All right. Goodbye, YouTube.